Well, hello, and welcome back to Cozy Couch Corner for another episode of Tea and Tarot. It's still cold here. It's solid grey today. It's raining. It's not too windy though. And I still managed to hear the birds singing this morning. I didn't yesterday. I could only hear them properly upstairs. So I'm wondering if they were under the eaves because I could hear them singing. But then I could hear the rain as well. And I thought, they can't be out in this, surely. So they're probably under the eaves, sheltering. But there was definitely singing. It was lovely this morning. Couldn't hear it brilliantly, but it was really nice. And then I looked out a bit later, and there was birds on the telegraph line over a bit. And I thought, and there was birds flying, a couple of birds flying. I was thinking, for some reason, I don't think they could fly in the rain. I don't know why. I can't imagine it's that pleasant flying in the rain. Or even want to sit out in it. I don't want it to be somewhere dry myself. Anyway, I've started reading George Orwell's 1984. Not something that I ever did at school, and not something that I read as a child. And I think I might have seen a bit of the film, but probably not all of it, and wouldn't really have known what it had to do with anything. Anyway, thought it was about time I read it. So downloaded that this morning, started reading that. I haven't read a book for a while. I think I got some stuff in Kindle, and I discovered that you can get it to read it to you. So I was doing that. I mean, it's not great the way it reads it to you, but it, less effort, less eye strain, which is good. But this one, no, I'm reading it because I think it's going to be good for my brain as well, just actually reading a book. And they say people are getting dumber. There was some research said this generation, normally generation on generation, they get smarter, but now they're not. And that's probably because they're not stretching their brains, are they? They're just getting fed everything like spoon-fed information. We're spoon-fed information. And we're not, a lot of people aren't reading books and thinking. So, yeah, thought I'd better do something. I did read at school Animal Farm. Don't remember an awful lot about it. Certainly don't remember the implications. I can't remember what he wrote it about, and I've just read it because I read it was in the preface of this of 1984, and it was talking about Animal Farm. Or I read something else just before that. I can't remember. No, I think it was in the preface. And I can't remember whether it was Stalin he was writing about, or one of the other ones. Anyway, I should probably read that again next. In the UK where I am, they're out of copyright because of copyright laws. So I think it's 50 years after their death. So I got a free PDF. So that was good. Didn't cost me anything. And then I'll do Animal Farm. And I'll see if there's anything else he wrote that might be interesting. I don't know yet. There's the only two I know, really. But it's about time I improved my vocabulary, really. And actually, yeah, read something proper rather than just social media posts. So there we are. Better get on with the tarot. I'm having my tea's nice today. It's the right temperature. I've had to put the central heating on for a bit because it gone down to 15 degrees C in my lounge, which isn't good. Normally, it keeps the heat in here and it's pretty good, but lately it's not been great. I think firstly it's the wind, and then it's the damp. The damp. Brr. Oh yeah, I already know well, I don't know what the cards are, but I know which cards we're having, because they the top one chucked itself at me earlier. We're having it that way now. So we've got the Knight of Coins, and we're having the bottom card, which is the Empress. I didn't ask if we're having it that way. That's right. Do I need any more cards? No. Okay, so Knight of Coins. I got taking the bull by the horns. Sometimes this is about stubbornness, but not today, apparently. Oh, this is the one where I thought I saw eggs. Are we talking about... You're talking about the eggs. I'll settle into this, right. It's probably pebbles on the ground. It might be mushrooms, but I saw them another time we were reading this. And it looked like eggs. Obviously, bulls don't lay eggs. So we got taking the bull by the horns, and we got eggs. Eggs are like new life, aren't they? New life. So are we talking like new beginnings, shifts, transformation? So that's again, so taking the bull by the horns is like getting on with something. So we've got to get on with something, whatever it is, we've got to get on with it. There's something we want to do, to aim for. Maybe it's not a bull. Just seen an udder. So, because it's got horns, I thought it was a bull. It's not. It's a, I guess, a cow, isn't it? A cow. Some cows have horns. Right. Fertility, with eggs of fertility as well. It's like the whole spring theme, isn't it? Okay, what is it? Power. Empowerment. Okay. So the egg is ready to break, the chick is ready to fight its way out of the egg. So definitely that whole spring night, new beginnings, new starts, fertility. Okay. I wasn't getting it before. It's power of the mind. Even though this is coins, which is practical, physical, etc. material, talking about the power of the mind. So is it the mind? For some of us, it's transforming the mind. Which can be becoming more conscious of things, more aware, but also an awful lot of us are working on getting rid of limiting beliefs, bad programming, trauma responses, societal programming, religious programming, all that sort of thing. So it is a sort of clearing of all the crud we've been weighed down with, and allowing something new to grow. And it frees us up when you get rid of a lot of that crap. When you get rid of the anxiety and the trauma responses and the limiting beliefs and just limiting beliefs themselves is freeing, isn't it? But you actually free up space in your head and you free up energy because you're not running the same programs again and again and again, and it's not causing you the anxiety and the depression and the problems that it was causing you before. Anxiety especially is it burns calories. It uses energy just with your head going round and round and round. So we're clearing all that. We're freeing up space. We're moving on. We're shifting. We're transforming. Okay, now I can talk about it. And again, we've got the sun in the background. Bright, shiny, happy. Now. Could be the future, could be the now. Bright, happy, shiny, loveliness. Right. And we got the Empress. And the Empress is reminding us to look after ourselves. Self-care, self-love, eating well, fueling it. I like to think now, trying to get away from the old diet culture and all that crud. And at one point I was really orthorexic with some really stuck to rigid rules about one particular way of eating, and what you could eat and what you couldn't eat. And I've got away from that, but I've still had to go back to what's healthy. But I think of it more now as, instead of the whole time, is, am I fueling my body enough? Am I fueling myself for the cold? Am I fueling myself to do the things that I need to do? To even just to run your brain takes fuel. So it's, am I fueling myself well? And I have periodically tried not to alter my diet too radically, too quickly. Although I did do some of it a little bit quick altogether. But generally I'm still working on things, and I have a tendency not to eat enough, even though I know I'm like chubby chops. I have a tendency, which isn't good for you either, because it puts your metabolism down. And especially my evening meal, I've tried to pick that up because I wasn't having enough and I was going to bed hungry, and that's not good for you. But also I'm still jiggling it around. So I went off on one then. Nourishing yourself properly, however you're doing that, and with whatever issues you've got yourself. Physically looking after yourself, so that means moderate exercise where we can, doesn't it? Mentally looking after yourself. I've just got mental hygiene. So what are we putting into our brain? What are we dwelling on? What are we focusing on? Is what we do is what we're taking into our mind healthy and helpful? But also recognizing where people and places and things, doom scrolling, whatever, is not healthy for our brains, and working to counteract that. Yay. And we'll be blooming. There we are then.